Good afternoon. If I can get all graduates to come to the front rows for me, please. Thank you. Good afternoon again. If I can get all graduates to move to the front, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am happy to be here with you all. Welcome to the School of Arts and Sciences PhD and Master's Honors Ceremony. I noticed that we have a lot of gaps right here. For those of you who are all the way in the back, if you are a student, please come closer. Please come closer if you are a student. All right, I see some movement. Very, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we begin this wonderful program, I am honored to be standing in front of this podium with you. Not only do we have the staff from the Office of the Dean, but we also have a good number of your professors who found it not robbery to come and join you in celebrating this wonderful occasion. So I want to stop before we go any further and acknowledge all of those faculty members who came to support you all today. Faculty members, please raise your hands. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I see a few administrators in the room. I'd like to acknowledge you as well. So administrators, please raise your hands. Okay, now the mission of the School of Arts and Sciences is to prepare broad-based scholars, researchers, and practitioners who are leaders, lifelong learners, and productive global citizens to provide the core curricular foundation for the university and to enrich the university's artistic and cultural environment. Our mission is accomplished through the 4 divisions in the school, which are the natural sciences, mathematics, social sciences, humanities, and communication arts. Before we go deep into the program, I think it's always important to call on the deity. Asheo. So is Reverend Dr. Tanya Miles. Oh, here we are.
Thank you, Dr. Bass. Can we give Dr. Bass a hand clap of praise for his work and his leadership here at Clark Atlanta? Amen. To all the graduates, this is some time coming, but this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. So one more hand clap of praise, everybody, because it is through God that all things are possible. And so this afternoon, as we begin, I invite you to join with me as we pray to the one who was, is, and always will be. Let us pray together. Gracious and loving God, we give you thanks for this day. God, we give you thanks for this time of celebration, and we give you thanks for Clark Atlanta University and for all who are a part of and love this place. God, we give you thanks for each of these graduates, the plans that you have for each one of them, the gifts that you have equipped them with, and the futures that you will bestow exceedingly and abundantly in. We thank you for all of the hard work, the parents, the friends, all loved ones who encouraged them along the way. Late nights, early mornings, studying for long hours and a commitment to this journey. God, may you continue to stir up the gifts within them that as they move on to their next chapter, that they would continue to excel and that they would continue to hold you dear in all that they do. God, be with this during this time, that you, oh God, would be glorified in the midst of this celebration and all that will happen over the course of the next few days. God, we love you and we honor you, and we pray that in all that we think or do, that you above all else will be glorified. It's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Miles. I have received a message on my watch that I had a narcissistic moment, and I did not introduce myself. So it's just the assumption that everybody knows who I am. I've been here 21 years, but I am Dr. Christopher Bass. I proudly serve as the interim dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. All right, all right. Next, we will have a welcome by the Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Charlene Gilbert.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Bass. I apologize to pre-apologies. They had to redo the order a little bit because I actually have to leave as soon as I get off this stage to go take an urgent call, and so they are waiting for me on the other side of those doors. But I told the president, who's my boss, 'cause I have an engagement I can't miss. So I said, just wait, I'll be there. But I wanted to, I'm just so honored and glad to be here with you all this afternoon to say good afternoon. On behalf of Clark Atlanta University, I want to bring greetings and a warm welcome to all of our PhD and master's students who have and will be graduating this coming Sunday. I also want to send a warm greetings to Dean Bass, the graduate faculty, staff, and administrators from the School of Arts and Sciences who have all had the privilege of walking with you all on this academic journey for the past several years. And lastly, a special greeting and warm welcome to any parents in the room, family, and friends who are here to help celebrate our graduates. For all the guests in the room, welcome to the beautiful and historic campus of our beloved Clark Atlanta University. Today, we have the privilege of honoring students who have earned their PhD or master's degrees. The degrees earned by the students in this room today are a testament to the hard work, talent, and determination each of you have invested in your education. You have all excelled. Today, we are celebrating students who are talented researchers and scholars from a variety of disciplines, including biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, political science, public administration, African American studies, and the humanities. The students we celebrate today include students who have taken advantage of every opportunity that CAU has set in front of them. Many of these students have demonstrated extraordinary perseverance and are examples of our CAU model. I'll find a way or I'll make a way. To the students in the audience, when I hear your faculty describing all of your accolades that you have collectively accomplished, I can tell you that I am humbled by all that you have accomplished. Each of you has arrived in this place this afternoon by traveling your own specific path. You have all made it, and you did it through perseverance, determination, and a specific kind of brilliance that I hope has lit in you a fire for lifelong learning and lifelong knowledge. On these occasions, when I have had the honor of sharing just a few words with students, I often try to remember my own graduation. I try to remember what I wish someone had told me on the day I was sitting where you all are sitting that would have gone with me to this day. So I was thinking about it, and I just have a few thoughts. The first one is, I would say, remember this moment. Take a mental snapshot of this day. Now, I did have some thoughts about this. I did think that I'm beginning to show my age, because I will say that your generation, you take a lot of pictures. Like, y'all take more pictures in one day than I took in all my entire lifetime. So maybe you all are already doing that. But I also encourage you just to take a picture in your mind's photo of this moment. I want you to remember that you are part of a very elite group. Only 13% of American adults over the age of 25 have master's degrees. And only 2% of those adults have doctoral degrees. Your graduation from Clark Atlanta University is not only a joyful time for you and your families and your loved ones, but it is a time of hope and inspiration for all of us who believe, as I do, that you are leaving the university to enter a world that is in need of your leadership, your insights, your service, and your talents. I think today, more than at any other time in recent memory, the world is in need of the specific kind of brilliance that fills this room. Also, remember that you didn't get here by yourself. You are here thanks to the support, love, and commitment of your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your friends, faculty, and supporters. There have been people all along the way who have helped you navigate obstacles, provided financial support, provided emotional support, and academic support. All those people and resources that have supported you as you work towards this day are the people and the resources that you should hold on to as you begin your next chapter. Are there family members? Could all the family members, spouses, church families, significant friends just stand up a minute so we can see you all? And students, can we give them a really big round of applause and appreciation? Thank you. These people have been your rock. Thank them and remember them. My second piece of small advice is don't forget to take care of yourself. Earlier this week, we had a retreat with faculty, and we were hearing from superintendents in K-12, and they were talking about what we should expect of the students that are coming to Clark Atlanta University and what we have seen. And they reminded us that the students, your generation and those behind you, that you all have gone through a lot in the last 10 years. You all have survived a pandemic, a global pandemic. Many of you lost family members and friends of family members. You had to deal with grief at a much younger age than you should have had to deal with grief. You are now living through one of the most disruptive times in American political history. You have been through a lot, and that takes a toll, whether you know it or not. So I need you to remember to take care of yourself. You know, I wish I could tell you that you're not going to have any bad days, but that's just not how life works, unfortunately. You are going to have bad days. But you will never be the first person, the only person, or the last person to feel overwhelmed, depressed, or anxious. Life, work, family challenges, health challenges, they can all be stressful. So I need you, as you go forward, plan on getting help when you need help. Plan on having a plan for your own well-being. I know that each of you will probably do anything for anyone else. I just need you to do for yourself what you're going to do for others. Lastly, my last bit is give what you have been given. I'd like to ask that as you bask in the joy, richness, and satisfaction of your academic success, I would like to ask you to try to give to others what has been given to you, whether that was kindness, an opportunity, or assistance. If someone opened the door for you to be in this room today, I want you to please be sure to hold that door open for someone else. Mentor someone, champion someone, inspire someone. On occasions like today, in the auditoriums all across America, people like me stand up and we're asked to give remarks to all the students who are getting ready to walk across the stage on Sunday. And I was thinking about kind of like, okay, what are those remarks maybe someone might remember? I don't remember anything anybody said to me. I just remember getting my diploma and being very, very happy. But I'm gonna attempt to try like all the others have tried. But it occurred to me early this morning that all of you are freshly minted doctoral students. Where are the doctoral students in the room? Just raise your hand. You have no idea how much you mean to this institution and how much has been poured into you and how grateful we are to see you all here today. But for you and the master's students, you all are the future researchers. You're the future faculty members and practitioners, and all of you have been trained to ask questions. Like, why is that watch going off? No. You've been trained to ask questions. You've been trained to conduct research and find answers. So in the spirit of your training, I would like to offer this quote from Zora Neale Hurston, the famous 20th century anthropologist and writer who wrote of research, Research is formalized curiosity. It is poking and prying with a purpose. Thank you for being curious. Thank you for being dedicated to your purpose, to innovation, and to research that will ultimately both inform and transform your respective disciplines. On behalf of CAU, I'm pleased to tell you that you honor us and the legacy of this institution every time you formulate a research question and do what Albert Szent-Györgyi, the Nobel Prize-winning pharmacologist, wrote as the epitome of research, seeing what everybody else has seen and thinking what nobody else has thought. I pray that you leave this institution during this season and use the tools that you have been given to see those who are unseen, to see solutions to problems that have been overlooked, to imagine a more just world, and to use your gifts to build a vision of the future that honors the founders of this illustrious institution. You stand on the shoulders of people who have the courage, the tenacity, and the determination to dream the impossible and imagine a brighter future. I challenge all of you to take your hard-earned degrees, and when you leave this institution, wherever you land, imagine a better world, and then use your tools to build it. I wish you all the very best. I am so proud of you and your accomplishments. I wish for you all good things. Thank you for all your hard work, for your commitment to the pursuit of excellence, and for sharing with us your very best selves. And one final quote, because I cannot resist this one, from the first democratically elected president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, who said, "I never lose. I either win or I learn. Keep winning, keep learning, and be well on the journey." Congratulations, everybody.
Our provost. One more time for Dr. Gilbert. Now, many of you are wondering what these empty chairs represent. And, you know, I'm a strong believer that none of us got here by ourselves. Ashe. So these are your ancestors sitting up here. I want you to acknowledge those who came before you and just send a simple thank you. I need you to reach your hands out to your ancestors right now because you were their dreams, or you are their dreams. Here you are, here they are. So we say thank you to those who came before us because we didn't get here by ourselves. And with that being said, I think they're going to give me permission to fill these seats with some flesh and blood folks. Okay, I hear it, Ashe. So in that vein, can we please bring to the stage Dr. Bess Montgomery, Interim Associate Dean Alonge, the incomparable Miss Susan Gibson, Associate Dean for Arts and Sciences, Brian Bentley, Dr. Kelly DeLong, Dr. Daniel Black, and Professor Charmaine Howington. Next, we will hear from Dr. Bess Montgomery, who will bring you a special greeting through spirit.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Y'all know that African tradition of call and response. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. Because we understand that whatever you send out into the universe is what you're going to get back. And as I stand here before you all, look at what you all sent out into the universe and look at what the universe has returned. That PhD, that master's degree, and we are so absolutely proud of you. Now, I know the program says Brittany Ray Cowell, and no, I am not she. Her daughter had the pink eye, and so she asked if I would read this very powerful poem written for this occasion. Prayer for the fear of climbing. We are gathered here today to celebrate the failures, the weapons that didn't prosper, the prophecy of haters who said you wouldn't make it. For this day wasn't brought to you by luck, but by favor. This is for the dangers seen and unseen, for all the things with the means to kill you that didn't. For the assassination attempts rebuked from wounding your tender spirit. This is for the spiritual conspiracy of birth, for the ancestral mathematics that planted you on earth. This is for the course, for the purpose, for the angels, for the aunties and the sisters and strangers, plotting miracles and magic together in your favor. May you never forget when you learned blessings were real. The forgotten dollars in coat pockets, making sure your hunger was healed. The Holy Ghost in your gas tank, building you over those last few days. The muse that finally hit you at midnight when you thought you had lost your language of praise. How many of us remember that we are born with the fear of failing, of falling? How some days you had to make the way by faith and climb with your eyes closed to hear your calling. Today, you are draped in daybreak of dreams burst into fruition. I pray that you remember this feeling, that the moment remains pressed like a petal in the book of yourself for safekeeping. I pray that you always remember the way you came and who sent you. I pray that you go well and safely with the recollection of kindness, steady feet, and strong hands, and inheritance of climbing.
Incredible, incredible. Next, coming to the microphone, we'll have the Interim Associate Dean, Dr. Alonge, to introduce the speaker.
Good afternoon. I have been given this wonderful opportunity to introduce Ms. Gibson. If you look at page 3 of your programs, her job description is clearly stated on this page. And I do not think I'm here to employ her, and so I want to give her a job description. So please read that at your own time. And I'm here just to emphasize why Ms. Gibson was chosen. I wasn't consulted, but I think just a few remarks about her is very pertinent while we are here. Sometimes when we occupy jobs, like being a registrar of a university, we forget we have other God-given talents. I had the fortune or misfortune of meeting Ms. Gibson a long time ago. A long time just being maybe 1990. When she asked me to serve in a committee, the University Forgiveness Committee. Many of you think the university does not send out or dismiss students, but there's a committee that meets at the end of every year for those who could not make it through, and for one reason or the other, they appeal to that committee. That's the first time I met Ms. Gibson. And I began to know the type of person that she is, which has contributed to the fact that she made her way up to the register. On this campus, or on that committee, Ms. Gibson went out of her way to ensure that we looked at each student and the reasons why they could not make it at Clark Atlanta University. I was very happy that none of the appeals indicated that the faculty made them leave. None of the appeals. But they gave us other reasons. And it was thanks to Ms. Gibson who wanted us to go through each reason to find out some of the trials and challenges that students face here at Clark Atlanta. The second reason is, especially for the graduates, Ms. Gibson is an example that as you have earned the substance of your discipline, you should not disregard the other attributes that you have. Have you ever heard Ms. Gibson sing? If you hear her sing, she will not only console you, but she will maybe pave a path for you to go to heaven. And as I see you sitting here, some of you have these talents, but because of the rigors of the coursework, they may have made it impossible for you to tap into these talents. But this is a time for you now to begin to take an inventory of yourself and use these other attributes to make or help other people. I also look at Ms. Gibson as an embodiment of this university. Her moral fortitude. I've seen her cry, especially when she's overwhelmed. I don't want to mention the administration that made her cry. I'll call some names. I've seen her cry, but I've seen her also counsel students for them to regain their sense of direction. One of the things, of course, they may have been they may have said that I'm eavesdropping, but I saw her on the promenade counseling a student who had completely given up on life and brought them back to focus. Ms. Gibson, you are the moral foundation upon which this university rests. You give us a sense of direction and a hope that there's much more for us to gain in this institution. It's therefore my distinguished honor to be the one to introduce you. In fact, I didn't know I was to introduce you, but I have always benefited by your empathy, by your guidance, by your fortitude that you have shown throughout your career here at Clark Atlanta. Please join me to welcome Ms. Gibson, our university registrar.
I don't know what to say with all of that. When I was asked to, first of all, I would say to Dr. Bass and to the administrators here, it's more than an honor that I was asked to speak. Normally, I'm not asked to speak. So it's like, okay, I'm getting up here, and what am I going to talk about to you? Doctoral students, master students, and even there are some undergraduate students out here. And so I had to say, when Clarence sent me the email, I just read, I said, did you make a mistake? Did you mean keynote? I'm just doing my announcements like I normally would do, right? And so he sent back and he said, no, you're the keynote. I said, let me think about it. So I thought about it for a minute, and I said, well, hey, it's a challenge. Let me jump at it, okay? Because all of us have experiences in life, and all of us need to share sometime those experiences that we have so that we can help somebody else along. But in trying to get prepared, I had to think about, what am I going to speak about? Because I said, am I to speak for an hour? And he said, for an hour. He said, no, of the hour. I was going to come up here. I had this whole speech. I was going to speak a whole hour for y'all to, kind of. But I'm going to tell you, my speech is going to be probably as long as I am tall. Is that okay? It's going to, because I just took some notes. But what I had to do, I had to say, well, what is it that Clark Atlanta University is all about that would impact the graduate students and those undergraduate students that are here as well? And sometimes we don't go back and look at that information that we have right before us that articulates our purpose. Have you ever really looked at our strategic plan? How many have? Raised your hand right here. Graduate students, have you looked at the strategic plan? What's in it? What's the biggest thing in it? You raised your hand. That's, see? See, that's what teachers do. They call you out sometimes. That's all right. But our strategic plan is all about transformation. How about that? And it has some pillars in there that I had to jot some notes down on. And those pillars that we talked about in there are the pillars of, we have a student pillar, we have an academic pillar, and we have institutional, and we have financial. But I had to look at which is most important to us today. It's the student pillar and the academic pillar. And that student pillar, what are we supposed to do? I'm going to read what it says in here because some of us hadn't read it. First of all, I want to start with the mission. The mission says, building on its social justice history and heritage through innovative teaching, research, scholarship, and service, Clark Atlanta University, a historically black university, transforms students' lives and equips them for leadership in what? In the global society, not just in Atlanta, but the global society. CAU wants you to be prepared to go out into the world to do some things, and that's what you've done. You've done your research, and you know, the question becomes, have you been transformed with your experience here at Clark Atlanta? Have you been transformed? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. But first of all, I had to get the definition of transformation. What exactly transformation? It has several aspects, okay? First of all, it means that you got to change some things. And it's just not changing just the way you look. I'm going to show you a transformation. Open your program and look at my picture. Now, this is a transformation. How about that? Now, you see that picture? That's a transformation. But no, transformation is just not what the kind of transformation that I'm talking about for you. It's not transformation for what you look like on the outside. Transformation from the inside out. And transformation will take on several aspects. You may have spiritual transformation. That's where you have you get a new life, a new beginning. You take on God. You know how people say, God, I found the Lord, and I'm transformed, I'm new, okay? But then we have metamorphosis. Most of you, you biologists, you turn from a caterpillar to a butterfly. You transform, right? And then you might say, well, there's deep change, there's radical change, there's a change of heart. But then there's process change. And that's what you've gone through. You've gone through process. Everything didn't happen overnight. You went through Clark Atlanta and you changed gradually. Are you changed? Have you been changed here? Have you been transformed? With your degrees and your research and all that you've experienced, have you been transformed? That's the biggest thing. Now, I know coming here in undergrad school, I came from a little country town, and everything you change the way you walk, you change the way you talk, you change the way you do things when you are transformed, okay? Because, see, I used to say I'm from Forsyth, Georgia, and my sister's name Lillian, and my cousin Fannie Mae lived down the street. But then when I went through school, I had to change that. My name is Susan Gibson, and I'm from Forsyth, Georgia, and my sister is Lillian, and I'm going to see cousin Fannie Mae. You take on that newness. Because now you have gained some knowledge, and you want to be able to articulate that. When I was teaching music, I used to tell my students at Clark, you have to have tact. To transform, you have to have tact. Tact is talent and competency together. You can be all smart, but can you articulate what you have learned? And see, that's what you are as a doctoral student and as a master's degree student. You can articulate your craft because you have done your research and you had to defend that. So that says you have tact right there, doesn't it? Right? Because these are the kinds of things. Benjamin May says, whatever one touches, one's aims to be to leave that which he touches better than he found it. And I hope that at Clark Atlanta University, through all of the experiences you've had, we have left you better than you were when you got here. Are you better than you were when you got here? Can you attest to that? Are you sure? Because, see, this is what it's all about. See, CAU, coming to CAU does not mean coasting aimlessly, unaware. It means creating avenues that are unlimited so that we can change the world. You can't just come here and just sit and do nothing. Because, I always say, turn CAU backwards and say, you will see. Come to CAU and you'll see how good you're going to be when you turn it backwards. You see, because you're about transformation. Now, the other part of transformation, there's a poem that I know my mother used to talk. Years ago, we were taught poems, right? That was one, Be the Best of Whatever You Are, by Douglas Malott, and that's his name. It's something. See, y'all don't remember. If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a shrub in the valley, but be the best little shrub by the side of the road. Be a bush if you can't be a tree, I can't be no tree because I'm too short. I just be the bush, but I'm going to be the best little bush on the road side of the road, right? And see, that's what it is. You have become the doctor, you've become the masters, and you got to go into the world and share with the world all of the things that you have done, but you got to be the best. You can't settle for mediocrity. You have to aim high in your goals, and that's what you've done. That's why you're here today. There are so many who gave up. They didn't live in those goals. They didn't walk in those goals like you did. See, you aimed up here. Most of them aimed right there, so they didn't have anywhere to go. They just went on down here. You always have to work to your potential. Your potential is here. You can't keep coming down here. You got to always reach your potential so you can get better, so you can transform and become a better person. One thing about it, going through school, a lot of people say, you as a student, oh, well, they didn't treat me right when I went to the business office. My teacher, oh, they just don't know what they're talking about. They need to teach me this, that, the other. You see, one thing about it, when you're transforming, in the business side of the university, you're a customer. And then we have to please you. The customer's always right. But when you're in the classroom where the transformation is really going to occur, you are a patient, and the teacher is the doctor, and you have to follow the prescription that the teacher gives you to get better. A doctor gives you a prescription, and he gives you ways to work to get better. You can't tell the doctor how to cure yourself, can you? And that's what teachers do. That's what professors do. They give you the prescription. They give you directions to make you better in your selected discipline, because they are the experts. Don't go in the, see, when you leave here, you're going to tell the younger folk, listen to the teacher, because they know. Sometimes we feel that we are the best that could ever be, but that's not always the case. Dr. Biles, in the book of Esther, she listened to her Mordecai, right? She learned. And then at the end of the day, she learned how to litigate. And see, that's what you've done here. You've listened to your professors. You've learned how to live. You've learned how to walk in your craft. Now you have to litigate. Because in this world, with the government the way it is now, you better learn how to litigate. You better learn how to do something. So when I ask you, have you been transformed? There are several things that I would like to ask. Are you the same when you entered Clark Atlanta University? Are you the same? Can you attest to that? Mm-hmm. Let me ask another question. I said it earlier. Did you change the way you walk? Because I see you right. You had that swag when you came in, but now you're holding the head up high. You got a different swag. All these things, when you learn your craft and you're confident in your craft, that's what getting these degrees are all about. Being confident in what you do, and where you can go out, and when people see you coming, they know that you're going to come with the word of wisdom. Isn't that right, Dr. Miles? Isn't that right, Dr. Brown over there? He's getting some wisdom over there right now reading. How about that? Mm-hmm. But what we want you to always know that I am, I can, and I will. I'm not going to be up here all day, but I want you to remember one thing. I'm only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. That which I can do, I ought to do. And by the grace of God, I will do. And see, that's what you need to do. Always remember, I am, I can, I will. Let me hear you say that in rhythm with me. I am, I can, I will. Again, I am, I can, I will. But see, what you got to do, how are you going to change the world? See, that's what, you've gotten this education that you have. What are you going to do? How are you going to use that to change the world, to live with the mission that Clark Atlanta University has to transform the world so that we can be in a global community? You just can't share what you've learned right here at Clark Atlanta. You can't share it in College Park and East Point. You have to take it to the world because you have something to share. Let your light shine in everything you do. That's going to be most important. How can you give back? You give the best of you. You give the best of you. And see, I used to, when Dr. Bass, you said the ancestors was up here, and I said, oh, my granddaddy must be up there. Because my granddaddy, I don't think he ever went to college, but my daddy told me he went all the way through college. And I said, he did? Yeah, he went in the front door and came out the back. So you didn't just come through the front door and go out the back. You went through a whole process. You learned something. But you learned something not only in the classroom, because much of your education, that transformation, much of it was social. Because all education is not in the classroom, it's in those informal settings. You learn so much in the informal settings. So just remember that. You got a whole lot to give the world. Give to the world. My mother would say, give to the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you. And that's all I have to say to you today. Give to the world the best you have. You are transformed. So give to the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you.
Incredible, incredible. Thank you, Ms. Gibson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As the leader of the School of Arts and Sciences, it is not an easy task, so I couldn't do it without my right hand. So my right hand will be taking the stage in just a second, but I want to take this brief privilege to shout out another leader of his school, J. Fidel Turner. Dr. Turner, who is the Dean of the School of Education, found it not robbery to come and support our scholars in the School of Arts and Sciences. So, sir, thank you for your presence today. Dean?
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Dr. Bentley, the Associate Dean for the School of Arts and Sciences. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of our doctoral and master's candidates in the School of Arts and Sciences. These individuals have demonstrated remarkable dedication, scholarship, and perseverance in their fields. Please join me in recognizing our graduating candidates as they cross the stage and step into the next journey of their lives. Let's give them a hand. So next, I will call on the department chairs, graduate coordinators, and office managers by department to come up, along with Dean Bass. So first, graduates that's earning a Doctor of Philosophy in Biological Science. Dr. Joanne Powell, Dr. Sonor, and Office Manager Ms. LaKella Moore. Can you come to the stage, please? We're going to have scholars. You're going to come on this here. Okay, you're going to come here, come across, take pictures, grab your medallions. Okay? So, Office of Biological Science. First scholar, Tori Johnson. Next, we have the Department of Chemistry. Department Chair, Dr. Conrad Ingram, Dr. Tandabani, Office Manager, Ms. Deborah Ware. Can you guys please come up? We have Scholar Kareem Blue. Congratulations. William Gladney. Okay. Next, we have the Department of Humanities. I'm going to bring up Dr. Foster Singletary, Program Manager, Mr. Clarence Wilson.
I just want to put some respect on this medal. Graduates will be wearing this at commencement on Sunday. What it has is the university seal on the front, and on the back it says the School of Arts and Sciences. This is just for those in the back who can't see it, all right?
And I would ask Dr. Duke, do you want to come up for humanities in place of Dr. Foster Singletary? Okay, we have Christopher Colvin. We have Scarlett Presley Brown. Okay. And we have Dr. Bess Montgomery. Congratulations. Next, we have Farron Barkley. Tony Stevens. Next, we have Political Science, Department Chair Dr. Kirk Young, Dr. Jabril, Office Manager Ms. Miriam Beasley. Scholar Jared Grant. Jared Grant. Nakia Green Young. Tamil Harris. Congratulations. Barton Taylor. Congratulations. Next, students earning a Master's of Arts in African American, Africana Women's Studies and History. I'll ask Dr. Duke and Ms. Limscomb to come up, please. Thank you. Monica Goings. Kayleela Robinson. Congratulations. Next, we have Sociology and Criminal Justice Department Chair Dr. Anthony Adams, Graduate Coordinator Dr. Sandra Taylor. Scholar Angel Johnson. Asha Ross. Scholar Ross. Next, students earning a Master's of Sciences, Biological Science. Scholar Grayson. Congratulations. Alexis Gregory. Marnisha Hurt. Next, we have Cyber-Physical Systems Department Chair Dr. Roy George, Graduate Coordinator Dr. Shajahi, Office Manager Ms. Crystal McKnight. Scholar Suraya Crowdery. Scholar Lanaya Pendergrass. Next, we have Mathematical Science Department Chair Dr. Lakeisha Jones, Graduate Coordinator Dr. Kabady, Office Manager Ms. G. Scholar Jaslyn Meeks. Next, Department of Physics, Department Chair Dr. Michael Williams, Office Manager Ms. Deborah Hurd, Scholar Selena Coy. Next, students earning a Master's of Public Administration, Department Chair and Associate Dean Dr. Henry Alonge, Office Manager, Ms. Terry Kite. Scholar Batel Lehim Brasser. Scholar Wei Jean Bazin. Congratulations. Scholar Jeroman Brock. Morquita Davis. Congratulations. Anton Graffenreed. Shanae Idet. Crystal Martin. Let's give our scholars a big hand. I just want to say, scholars, continue to strive for greatness.
Congratulations, scholars. Next, we will have a memorial tribute by Dr. DeLong and also Dr. Black.
So the CAU, we suffered a major loss this past year in the passing of Dr. Timothy Askew, and so I was asked to say a few words about my friend and colleague. Did anybody have Dr. Askew for a class, or you knew him? His picture is in your program. He's in the back page here. And even if you didn't have him as one of your professors, I'm sure that face is a familiar one to you. If you spend any time on this campus in the past 40 years, you saw him somewhere. In February, we lost our beloved colleague and Clark Atlanta professor of 40 years, Dr. Timothy Askew. For many of those 40 years, he taught graduate humanities and English classes and directed or was a member of countless thesis and dissertation committees. If you were lucky enough to have taken one of his courses or to have had him on your committee, I'm sure you consider yourself fortunate to have known him and to have experienced such a giving, caring teacher and magnanimous human being. Your education as well as your life, I'm sure, was enriched by having known him. If he were here today, Dr. Askew would say to all of you, what a wonderful group of graduates you are. He would praise your intelligence, your abilities, your excellence. He would say how proud he was of all of you and that he knew for certain that you would do important things with your degrees and that you were going to make the world a better place every way you could. It is my hope that in the spirit of Dr. Askew, you will use your position as highly educated, giving, caring human beings to change people's lives as he did. Dr. Askew's influence on the lives of so many people is incalculable, as I know your influence will be. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I understand now that Dr. Askew is a great ancestor, and we come from a tradition of people who know and understand that you don't lose life, you just lose a body. And what we understand in this moment is that, like all other communities, we have to send our ancestors, our great elders, into the ancestral realm. But our duty is for them to never, ever, ever die. And the way that happens is that we call their names. But what I would like to ask us to do first is, especially among you graduates, but everybody in this room, a grandmother, a grandfather, an uncle, an auntie, someone in your life who meant something to you, who held you up, who gave you a quarter on Sundays, who prayed for you. I want you to call that name out loud right now, please. Ashe. All over this room, come on. Ashe. 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 And the names of scholars, intellectuals, people whose work changed your life, right? Name as many as you can name. Give them to me. Ashe. 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 Come on, come on. We're in the place of scholars. Come on. James Baldwin, Ashe. Sojourner Hurston, come on. Malcolm X, Ashe. 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 And to this, we now name another. And we call him Dr. Timothy Askew. I want each of you in here to say his name in your own rhythm, but I want you to say it loudly, and I want you to say it 5 times. Begin. Timothy Askew. Timothy Askew. Timothy Askew. Timothy Askew. Timothy Askew. Timothy Askew. Ashe. 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 And what we understand is that Dr. Timothy Askew is sitting here with us. We are people who understand that everything real is not only what you see. Very often the thing that you can feel is the thing that is as real as what you can behold. Dr. Askew, you paid the price for us to call your name. And as long as we are living, and every time we gather, we shall say it and say it again. Dr. Timothy Askew. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe-o. And it is so.
And it is so. Next, we will have our commencement announcements, once again, from Ms. Gibson.
The announcements are pretty much, we're already in the process. You have today, I have to pull this down for short people. Today we have this event. Tomorrow we will have the graduate salute to graduating scholars, at which time the honor societies will be recognized, the Latin honors will be recognized, there will be some other awards given to students. We will have the honor cords, and many of you are on the honor list other than your honor society. On Friday, we have 3 hoodings. Social work is at 1, business is at 3, and education is at 5. Is that right, Dr. Turner? I'm doing good. See, when you get 19, I have anniversaries. I don't have birthdays anymore. I'm 19 always, so you have to get some help along the way. That's that transformation, okay? And then on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, we will have our baccalaureate. That is our worship service. We will be honoring, presenting our honoree, Shirley Franklin, with the Hamilton and Lowry Award. Our speaker will be Reverend Brian Tillman, and we will also have a memorial service for one of our graduates who was tragically killed in California. That will be a part of that. Am I right, Dr. Miles? Several. It'll be for all of the faculty, staff who have transitioned as well. And we expect for you to be there early and on time. And early and on time is like about 8, because it starts at 10. We want you to line up, okay? The attire is regalia for the hoodings and for the baccalaureate, and also for the commencement. As you know, our commencement is held at the Georgia State Convocation Center, so we expect for you to be there at 8 o'clock. The doors will open for guests at 8:30. Many of you are waiting to get your tickets. I do not have tickets. That is through Mr. John Young. John Young, you'll be getting more information on that if you haven't gotten your tickets as of now, and how many you will get. Our speaker for Sunday will be the outstanding Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. So we'll make sure, and we're giving our honorary doctorate to one of our Board of Trustees, Dr. Alvin T. Trotter, Sr., MD. So we're looking forward. These are your times right now. This is your time. So take advantage of it and enjoy it, because this is the beginning of a new life for each of you. And so we look forward to sharing. Also on Saturday with the baccalaureate, we will have the Path or Passage, where you will recess from the baccalaureate. You're going to take pictures immediately following the baccalaureate service, so don't leave. You just stay in your seat, and then you will take group pictures by your class. That's a tradition we had years ago, and we stopped. In fact, Dr. Bass was one that was part of that tradition years ago, and I was able to pull his picture with his twin brother looking just alike out for them to be able to have that. So it's your history. Make sure you stay there for your picture. After that, you will process back to campus, where there will be a reception on the promenade for you, and you'll be able to take pictures and enjoy those moments at Clark Atlanta University, mingling with the faculty and the staff. Again, on Sunday, we will have our commencement service, and we look forward to you being there, okay? You will be receiving some more information in the mail with updates. You will have parking, everything like that. Parking is free, so make sure you know that. You don't have to worry about putting any coins. It's a clear bag policy. I was also informed for security, we will have metal detectors, so don't be intimidated by that. That is for our safety. So make sure that you know that it's going to be. But clear bags, graduates, make sure you have small bags because you can't carry a bag in the processional and recessional, okay? Your clear bags will be under your seat, provided by the university. Thank you.
As we get closer to the end of the program, I have the honor of introducing my twin brother, the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, Dean Christopher Bass. Okay. I'm more stack, he's more smoke. All right, here we go. If you got it, you got it. I did not get an opportunity to speak earlier on. The provost and I switched roles. So I get an opportunity to speak just for a second, and I will say something very interesting and familiar to some. But college days swiftly pass. Take note. Take a picture. Remember this time in your lives. I promise you, maybe in a couple of weeks, couple of months, you're going to wish that you could come right back to this place right here. Now, I know there are millions of jobs and millions of dollars that you all will make as you cross the stage, but this is a special time as you get your master's, as you earn your doctorate. This is a wonderful, powerful time in your lives. You're not just doing it for yourselves. You're doing it for the ancestors that we mentioned earlier, and you're also doing it for your children and their children. So you are creating legacy or continuing a legacy. So I'm personally very proud of you. As I stand on the stage on Sunday, I will be beaming, and I look forward to seeing your beam as well. So without any further ado, we're going to have our closing words from the Associate Dean, Dr. Bentley.
In closing, scholars, you have completed the race. Congratulations on your outstanding achievements and academic performance here at Clark Atlanta University. We commend you on your accomplishments. However, the journey is just beginning. As you walk across the stage this week and matriculate into your professional careers, always keep in mind that you can make a difference. Go and be change agents in a global workforce. And always remember to strive for the best in everything that you do. Remain grounded in the values and knowledge you have gained during your time here. Let integrity, excellence, and perseverance guide your every decision. Stay connected to your purpose and never stop learning or growing. The world is waiting for your brilliance. Go forth and lead with courage and conviction.
As I look at my clock, we were supposed to go till 5 o'clock, but looks like we're going to give you some time back today. All right? For our benediction and closing words, we will have Professor Charmaine Howington. Professor Howington.
Thank you. Before we part, I would just like to extend another heartfelt congratulations to all of our honorees and graduates, as well as the staff and faculty and friends and family in your sacred community. And with that said, I just want to share that in its simplest sense, benediction is defined as the signal to end something, but more specifically, it is the bestowing of an utterance or blessing. And with that in mind, be blessed with the comfort of knowing that God's word in Esther 4:14 tells you that you were created for a moment such as this. and I offer you this parting blessing to marvel in this magnificent milestone. Revel in your resilience, prosper in your preparation, and be dedicated to your divine destiny. Go forth with God's grace. Amen.
Oh, we want a group picture of those in the front, and also for those of you who are waiting for the cake, the refreshments, it's not in the boardroom. It's right outside of these doors, okay? So we need to have all of those who have medals to come up and get this group picture. Please and thank you. And to everyone who traveled, thank you for being here. We hope to see you again on Saturday and again on Sunday. God bless. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
I have work to do.
Yep.
Did you finish your report?
No.
I
Absolutely.
finished my evaluation.
You gonna go down? Curtis is coming down. Yes. Would all chairs also come forward, please? All chairs? All chairs, please come forward. How do you want them?